Hello, Snake here with another figure review. Today we have got the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Piccolo, baby. There's two versions of this figure. This guy, who as you can see has quite a pale purple gi, a red band and yellow muscle bits. I don't even know what to call these, to be honest. There's another one which comes with a slightly darker gi, a blue band and pink muscle bits. I personally wanted that one, but I got this guy when I got Goku, I got Sanji and I got Ace. So I got these all from the same guy, so I wasn't complaining as I got this for a very reasonable price. So moving on to this guy. Piccolo is actually probably my favoritist. Yeah, probably my most favourite character in the whole Dragon Ball Z universe. Really do dig the guy. He's just so cool, so tough. Just a really awesome character. Not a massive fan of him in Dragon Ball Original, but I do like him a lot in Dragon Ball Z. And I only really have two gripes with it. Yeah, two gripes. One, same as Goku, is they use the same knees design. Just not the best design in my opinion. And two, these things. While this is my favourite pose to have him in, standing with his arms folded, these things are so annoying to put on, and anyone who has got this figure will understand why. I will try, I think, to show you later on. It depends how frustrated I get at it. It's ridiculously difficult. Now, like most SH Figuarts, Piccolo comes with a ton of accessories. He has two arms, total of 3 heads, an extra cape piece, and a total of 7 hands, and we'll go over them in a bit. As you can see, he's sporting his cape and it does look so cool. It really is an awesome piece. Just a whole appeal to it. Now this is slightly softer plastic, not greatly, so you can't really get much posing and flexing in it. And it does make the arm articulation slightly hindered, but it really is an awesome piece. To remove the cape, simply pull the head off and lift, and that's it. And you can put the head back on. And if you don't want the turban, you can grab the non-turban one. Again, very cool. Now let's talk about the folded arms. They just peg him. You see, I've got one in, but to get them both in I find incredibly difficult. This one's quite snug, but I just could not line it up. So your best bet is to get one in and then try and just line up. So I'm going to show you this now because I don't really want to be messing around with this later. Is your best bet is to line one up and then try and push the other one in. The problem is this part is a separate piece which is attached under the arm, and you need to apply pressure there. So you need to kind of pull this out at the same time and put pressure where my finger is here, and it's really tight. I advise, if you can get anything that looks half decent, just go with it. Don't try and go for perfection, because you will be here all day. But to remove, unpeg, and let's have a look at this. Really is really well sculpted. It's hollow and it's got a line going through it for some reason. I don't know why, but it's very cool. Now if you notice, there's two pieces. This one is for when his arms aren't folded, and this one's for when his arms is folded, because you notice it's got a jagged line. It just lines up with the creases in his arms. You won't ever get it like perfect. You're supposed to sit it on top really like that. Not the easiest thing to do in the world, really isn't, but it looks pretty cool. But all in all, really well painted and very well sculpted, and really do like the fact that they come with this. I like this fold knife gimmick. I do like it. It's annoying to apply, but it does look cool. Like I said, I thought Vegeta had it, but he doesn't. But Cell does, and Piccolo does, and the Vegeta with his first Scouter does, and I think Android 18 does, if I remember rightly. I'm not sure. But as you can see, his other arms just go on like that. Now, to show you how to do the cape, let's put him. This part very simply unpegs there. You got the two holes and the peg, which goes into the purple the hole and the purple pegs. Just grabbing that other piece. Just line it all up and give it a firm squeeze until it goes in just right. I'm going to have to realign the cape pieces and then pull that head off. Put that on, grab its turban head. And there we have Piccolo with his cape without his arms folded. Again, does look really, really amazing. This line here is a bit noticeable. Can't really do much about that. And I'm going to show you the shoulder articulation quickly with this on, and then we'll go over the proper articulation later. So, as you see, it's a solid piece, so you can only really get the arm up like that high. You might be able to work with it a bit better, and out like that far. Same on this side. This one maybe a bit better, that high, and out. If you can try and just work with it and rotate it around on the torso, but it's a very solid piece, like I said. So you're not going to get much in the upper shoulders for articulation. Also, the head articulation is hindered by the cape, so you only really get there to there. You can go back, and that's about it really. So to remove it, unpeg the head, just lift it up. It kind of grips quite nicely, but it's not like clipped in or anything. And then put on whichever head you choose. I personally like him without his cape, without his turban. I just think they go well together. So let's go over the details. As you can see, he's wearing his purple gi, and the green are very consistent, really nice throughout. There's a slight difference between the crotch piece, and the torso piece, and the trouser piece. They look the same, but they look different. You can probably see and make that out, but it's not that bad. Back view. And there's little weird kind of socky boot things wherever they're supposed to be. They're so weird. Really, really an awesome figure. So there's the three heads that you get with him. So you can see you get a stern look with turban. The turban looks pretty good, well sculpted all round, and it's got a purple bit at the top. Ears are really well sculpted. Nice paint in the eyes. No real paint in the actual face though. And the same face without the turban, and then you have kind of the aggressive face looking to the one side. I don't know why they look to one side. I don't really like that. I think it's weird. These are slightly soft plastic, so they can bend a bit, but I think if you put too much pressure on them, they will snap. But they are separate pieces to the head, but non-removable. But as you saw, to change the head, just simply pull it off, line the peg up with the hole. This one seems to be a bit difficult, so try and be as careful as you can. Apply firm but gentle pressure. Nope, see, I missed. There you go, run it down. Also on this head, you can see he's got some veins sticking out throughout, which is quite cool. Okay, hands. Standard 2 fists. Very good. I think they're the same design as Goku's, just with the nails painted black. I could be mistaken, but you can't really see the other nails, so just the thumbnail. But they look really cool. Then the open key hands. Again, nails a bit longer on this one, which is good, and they're painted black. Nice details on the insides, very well sculpted. Then he has these kind of like clawy hands. I think they're mirrored. They look mirrored, so they're the same sculpt, just reversed. Different veins though. See, there's a vein popping on that one and that one. So very cool. And then the last accessory is his 2-finger poke hand, which is his, of course, special beam cannon hand. Popping vein there, really well sculpted. Overall, really, really, really cool. So you can see you can get some really, really cool poses like that. As I've got here, he's charging up his special beam cannon, one of my favourite attacks. And it's size comparison time. I've given him his turban just because it's like a millimetre bigger and I wanted to give you the tallest height he is. So to the top of his turban is 6 3/4 inches. And now for the usual suspects. Bucky Cap, Ultimate Captain America, Hyperion, Spider-Girl, and the big time letdown Spider-Man. Just kidding. It's the Superior Spider-Man. While I've got him on here, I just want to let you know that this seems to be a mould that they're reusing for the next Spider-Man to be released, although they seem to have adjusted the shoulders, which I'm actually quite thankful for, because these butterfly joints are not my favourite. As for SH Figuarts, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, and Cell. As I've said in my previous videos, that these guys work really well in scale together. They're very accurate to how they are in the actual series. Now, I've mentioned in my previous videos that these are going off to my new friend WeRToyBoxHero, Brave, but not this guy. He's already got him, so this guy is up for grabs. If you are interested in him, let me know. I am going to post him on my Facebook group, so he may be snagged by the time this one goes up. But by all means, ask and inquire, and I would be interested in selling this guy. So worth it. And now for articulation. So it's very much just like Goku. The head is on a ball hinge, so you get a little bit of a pivot on the actual head. You can rotate around 360 degrees, and then you can hinge it back that far, forward that far. It's quite not massive in there, but he has that ball in the neck, so with that you can go back even further, and you can go forward even further, so you can get it to look right down. You can also pivot that neck side and two sides, so it's a little bit looser than Vegeta's, because if you remember, Vegeta's was really tight. Shoulders are on balls, are actually inside the chest, so you can bring them forward that much. They can go back, if you get the pad out of the way, or the sleeve out of the way, about that far. Then they can go up that high and down that high. They can rotate around 360 degrees, and then they can go out that far. As you saw, there's a cut in the bicep, so they can rotate around 360 degrees. Double bend in the elbow. Not the nicest again, but still not terrible. Has the exact same wrist as everyone else, so you can rotate in the wrist and rotate in the hand, and there's a hinge. Go down that much, can go up that much, you can rotate around, like I said, at the wrist, and then you can rotate around at the hand. Has the same diaphragm kind of joint as Goku, so there's nothing in the actual chest or torso, but in the waist that goes inside. If you pull, you do get a slight lift, and then when it's lifted you can bend it really far forward. This goes actually really good, but you do get a bit of a gap at the back, and then you can go really far back. So I'll show you that from there to there. You can also go to the side, and then you can rotate, but be careful, that sounds like it's going to break. When it's closed, you don't get nowhere near as much. That's forward, that's back, that side, you can still do rotate. This is a hovering piece, floating piece, so it will cover the gap pretty well. He has teacup hips which are on that hinge, so at the lowest point is that. Show the hinge in there, just there. So his lowest point, his Spartan, is that, but it goes out a bit to the side. At his highest point though, Spartan's just that. You can do a split kick of that, very nice. Has upper thigh rotation, but due to the sculpt, you can only go from there to there. And then it's kind of like a double hinge in the knee. But you get one bend to there, and then one bend to there. But it just looks ugly. Not a big fan. Trunks' knees are so much better. But this guy came out long before Trunks. And this part here does sometimes like to rub on top there. And then you have a ball going into the ankle. I could probably pop up if I want to. But you can go from there to there. Pivot from there to there. You can rotate around 360 degrees. And then you have a toe articulation of that to that. So great range in there. All in all, great articulation, great detail, great paint apps, great accessories, great sculpt, a great figure. This guy is actually being re-released if I remember rightly, so you probably can pick him up for a reasonable price shortly, if not already. But if you're a fan of the series, I would recommend this guy. Like I said, really a great figure. They all are really great figures, just not for me. Anyway guys, that's my review. So if you've enjoyed this video, please drop me a like down below. Also please comment about anything that you'd like about this figure, about this video. I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe, and you know the routine guys, I'll catch you in my next one. Bye bye.
Fly away, fly away. 体中に広がるパノラマ。顔を蹴られた地球が怒って火山を爆発させる。
And again, just to remove it, unpeg the head. And it just comes straight off. Had a bit of tight grip than I thought. Do patty cake.